Hi friends! A quick video today to share my favorite homemade ice cream recipe. You don't need an ice cream mix from the store. You don't need anything exciting. It's basically 2 ingredients. So, sweetened condensed milk, some brand of sweetened condensed milk. They're about $1.79-ish. And then a pint of whipped cream. And those are the only 2 ingredients you need. But if you want to flavor it, I usually will take the crumbled up cookies. Well, I used to because we don't do this anymore, but I'll share with you how I did it and took it anywhere. So I would take crumbled cookies like Oreos or Chips Ahoy or something that the kids liked. Snickers was my favorite. I just break up a Snickers, crush a Snickers, get it kind of frozen and then crush it up. And then have it in little pieces and then throw that in. So basically 2 ingredients, and we've been using this recipe for years. I tried a whole bunch of different recipes because I found these hand crank ice cream makers, and we would take them to camping. When we go camping, we would usually travel to a remote area and there's no electricity, whatever. And so some family members had generators on their trailers or whatever, but we would leave our camp for the day and go out in the middle of nowhere for sand dunes or cave exploring or hiking. So I would take these in the back of the car. I'd always do the lunch away the day we went somewhere. So I would pick up ice on our way to that remote area if we were passing a store. If not, I would just have some, my trailer has a freezer, so I'd get that or, pack some and keep it in the freezer for that. But usually on this day we would we'd get gas and then travel far to go to this bat cave or wherever we were going for the day. And so I have water softener salt that I just take out of the water softener and I put it in a tub. So we have the salt, and you can buy it at the store, but I don't really want that big container of it. I just usually get it from water softener salt. And but you can use any kind of salt. It's just the cheapest way for me to get it. And then, so then ice, and also I would freeze these. This one's frozen, and that's why it's kind of condensed on the outside. But I keep them in the freezer, and then I pack them in the cooler frozen. And then by the day we usually go out from camping, is a couple days out, it would thaw, and then I would use it for the ice cream on that day. So I just keep them in the freezer, so I always have some handy, because I do make this with regular ice cream makers and hand crank ice cream makers, but we always take the hand crank ones because it's fun for the kids to crank while we're camping. It's kind of a fun treat in the middle of nowhere. So one year I didn't take them, and everybody's like, "Where's the ice cream?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess it's a tradition. I need to take these." So I do have plastic hand crank ones that are a little newer, that are lighter, that I usually take. And so I have had several of these, and I wanted to show you these different ones. So this is the newest one of the hand cranks that I have. They're all 3 that I have of these wood ones were sterling, and this one doesn't have anything at the bottom. It's a little newer. It's got the instructions on the side. It's got the black handle and the black top, and so that one's in pretty good shape. It's not too rusty. You can see these are not rusty. And the bottom of this is rounded, kind of. And then you get to this older one. It's a little bit more rusted. It's got the engraving in the bottom. It had the white top. It's about square on the bottom versus the little rounded finished off one. They all are this groove and tongue. You can see kind of the groove and tongue thing. So that's fun. And the one I just sold it. I was going to do this video before they showed up, and they showed up early. It was a tall, thinner one. It was a 4-quart. These are 5 quarts. And the one that I sold was a 4-quart, and it was the tall, thin one in the darker wood. And sorry, these, I don't want to show the people. So there's the comparison of the 2. You can see the taller, thin one. Hopefully. So that's the taller, thinner sterling one, and it didn't have anything writing on the bottom, but it did have that fun logo and then the black top with the logo on the top. So I've been using these for years. I mean, at least 20 years. And it does take a while for them to crank. You do have to take turns because your arm will get really tired. The guy that just bought that one, he's going to hook it up to an old antique washing machine motor and use that to crank it. He just wanted the old look of both of the motor and the thing. So he bought the oldest one I had looking. So that was awesome. I'm trying to clear out these heavy ones. I do have 2 plastic ones now that I will keep for camping maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to thin out my house. I've got all this stuff from 5 kids and now I'm home alone and it's a lot of stuff. So trying to clean that out. The other suggestion I have is I would save things from, like, this was from a bottle of Costco chocolate covered toffee or something. So sometimes if I know we were going to go Easter camping, but it didn't end up working out. Some issues with the family came up, and so we didn't end up going Easter camping. So I was keeping this to throw in some ice cream to put in because I thought that would be a fun nuts and chocolate pieces and toffee pieces to put in for that so that it could flavor it as well as a Snickers or something. So I would keep little things like that if I knew we were going to be going camping. The other thing I use this type of thing for, these little nuts and stuff, is my saltine toffee recipe. So I don't think I have a video about that, but I do have it on my blog, and I actually might make a video because every time I give this recipe to anybody, they ask for, anytime they try my saltine toffee, they ask for the recipe. Every time. It's just so good and it's so easy. It takes like 5 minutes to make and people can't believe it's so quick. And you can make it such that it looks like you made 10 batches of toffee instead of 1. And it's addictive. So I got it from a good friend of mine. We went to a potluck at their tennis club or something like 25, 30 years ago. Well, it had to be more than 20. Yeah, 25 to 30 years. And I tasted it and I was like, I want the recipe for this. This is so good. So she got me the recipe from whoever brought it. And I've used it ever since then. And my kids have used it at college. Every one of them, I think, has made it at some point for a thank you gift because it's a large pan and it makes a lot of small containers that you can give as gifts to people. So they will make it and give it to all their professors at the end of the semester or their work people or whatever. So check out saltine cracker toffee on my blog, thesecretisgratitude.com, and just type it in the search box at the bottom of the homepage for that recipe. It's super, super easy and super good. And then this is the easiest. If you know me, if you know anything about me, you know I'm all about fast and easy. And this is the easiest, best recipe. I cut out recipes from old magazines, old cookbooks, and everything, and put them all in sections. And I took a ton of old ice cream recipes. My mother saved them from like newspapers and catalogs. And so when I went through her recipes, I kept things that I might be interested in, and recipes for ice cream making was one of them because I didn't want to use the kits, the powders. And due to that, I tried a whole bunch. And this was in that container of ice cream recipes that I saved. So I've never tried another one from this one because this one is so easy. I've never used another one ever. So check it out. Try it. It's worth it. It's so easy and it's so good and everybody loves it. It's kind of creamy because it's got the cream in it from this, the milk cream or something. It's just really good and it's super easy. So hopefully that was helpful and you'll try it and it will be a new tradition for your family as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed day.